Hey everybody, it's Soger. Let's talk about your first governor pick. Just to get it out of the way, I play single player deity with the goal of finishing the game in the fewest number of turns possible. If you play for a different goal, if you're a more casual player or you play multiplayer, this information might not be helpful for you. So I'd just like to get that out of the way at the beginning of every video. So picking your first governor. This is another area where I think people don't completely think through their choices as much as they should. I'm going to just start off and just go through all the governors. I'm going to start off with the first one. I pick the most often first. That is not to say it is the best first pick. It's just the most functional first pick, and that would be Amani the Diplomat. The reason being is Golden Age. She is the governor that is going to secure you the most era score if the situation is provided. If you get first discovery of one or two city states, you're going to get at least 4 era score. If you can get her out with at least 10 turns left in the era, getting first Caesarity. She also has the largest opportunity to provide you information. If you can get her into a city state, one, you're going to get the visual of all of the units when you become Caesarity. They're giving you a lot of exploration for a very low cost. Two, for a very small amount, starting off at 200 gold, you 200 gold, and then it goes up to about 240 is your average cost for levying a city state, depending on if they make another warrior or not. You can get access to all of their troops, which is huge. If you do nothing else but just explore with all those troops and take out barbarian camps, that is an amazing gold per I guess, information, let's say. This also gives you the opportunity to go to war with a civilization early. Now, you probably won't be able to conquer them with just a single city state levy, but any mines, any districts they build, you can pillage. So, for 200 gold, if you get a few mine pillages, that is more than enough to pay off the very minimal cost to levy, and also the 1 era score you get for levying those troops also will help you advance to the golden age. She doesn't provide much beyond exploration and opportunity, which is why I say I don't believe she's the best choice. But I believe if you are in a situation where you're not confident in your era score or you're not confident in your exploration game, Amani is almost always the choice that will get you where you need to be more often than not. The second choice, I would say, the one I pick probably second most often, and I also would say not the best choice, would be Magnus. Magnus is amazing because he provides you yields right now. You can get, it improves your chops, which gets you districts faster, which gets you population faster. It's all about preserve or getting the most for what you're removing for features. So Magnus is just a huge bonus there. Plus, he transitions very well into a two promotion governor, getting the settlers don't cost population, which is not a thing I promote into often. But if you're in a low growth start, it's a very strong play. More often than not, I'm more than happy to just absorb the population loss to get a better governor promotion on somebody else. But Magnus does, in my opinion, have the strongest second tier for utility. But his first tier of just increasing the value of your chops is getting you those early districts faster. If you settle a weaker city, it can get you your first district and 2 full production chops. If you want to do like an oracle play in the ancient era, or even a Stonehenge play, like if you're trying to get Stonehenge after you found a religion, if you do a religion rush, you can get an apostle that way. He provides that extra boost to get stuff done faster. So getting him out there is really nice. He also is just, in my opinion, is 100% of games governor. 100% of your games, you should have at least one promotion into Magnus. The chops are just so important. So now moving on to what I would say is the last and best first governor in the ancient era would be Liang, and I very rarely choose her first. But I think in the games where you can get Liang first, it is the best case scenario. One, in order to do this, you need to be secure in era score. But the reason for this is you need builders to do everything. You need builders for chops. You need builders to improve tiles. So getting Liang out in the ancient era right away is giving you 30% or 33% more value out of every builder in her city. Now, in order to have value out of her, you need to be able to get builders. But going into monumentality, if you get your golden age, you're going to produce a lot of builders. And if you buy all of them out of your Liang city, every time you get three builders, you basically have gotten a free builder. And this is very important in the early game. Liang sort of falls off, I'd say, after the classical era. If you haven't got Liang, you don't really need her until the end of a science game for feeding builders into spaceports. Uh, but she sort of falls off after that. But in the early game, when your resources are very limited, she provides a huge bonus, especially when you're getting your early luxuries or you're trying to hit like the feudalism eureka and you're building farms. Building those farms, which are generally worthless, isn't as much of a hit when you're getting an extra charge on each builder. Once again, she only provides that extra builder charge, so she's only saving you resources, but so you're not getting as much growth, say, of Amani, who's providing a lot more opportunity. But when you look at the combination of Liang and then the second governor title of Magnus, the synergy is just so great. You're able to chop out your cities faster. You're able to get all of your tiles in the city improved right away. So just the synergy between those two is really strong. All right, so now let's look at some of the other governors, and I'll explain why I don't think that they are good first governor choices. Right off the bat, Victor. There's really, I think governor-wise, Victor is the weakest overall, in my opinion. I just, the only time I ever take him is for loyalty and domination games. I don't really like. I could see where he'd be a lot more functional in a multiplayer game, but in single player, it's just so much easier to defend against an AI attack that the bonus to defense in your cities is really unnecessary. I mean, I guess if you have like three civilizations that declared war on you and like you have to fight tooth and nail, then yeah, let's go ahead and put Victor in. But he just provides so little. Even getting up to your first free promotion is very minimal. I mean, I guess if you're going full domination, I could see that. But Victor, to me, is, if you are going for that free promotion, is still not a first governor. And the reason why is because the government plaza exists. If you go to state workforce, you're getting a governor title there. If you build your government plaza, you get a government title there. And when you build the building, you get a governor title there. So you can get three governor titles pretty quickly. So to take Victor first, you're not really producing that many units early. And this is where like first governor choice is sort of a weird thing, because if you're doing this correctly, you should be getting four governor titles relatively quickly. So the first two are really the ones that are gonna be like early, and then the next two come really quickly right after that. The next governor, who once again, he's amazing, but I just don't see any value in taking him first, is Moksha. Moksha is another governor I pick every single game. The ability to buy districts with faith is just a strong ability, but taking him, even in your first three governor titles, putting anything into Moksha, it's just such a waste. One, you're never going to have a religion before you have at least three governor titles. That's so rare unless you did a Stonehead Rudge. So the extra religious pressure isn't being done. The two faith per districts is such a small bonus. I mean, it's providing nothing when you look at like it's two faith versus 30% the cost of a builder. That's like such a horrible trade. Now, once you get Moksha all the way teched up to his fourth promotion and you're buying districts, he's amazing, but picking him first, there is no reason to ever do that. Next, Reyna, same thing. She's a much worse version of Moksha. I don't like any of Reyna's promotions at all. I think she is right after Victor, in my opinion, of worst governor. She functions the same as Moksha, but because there's so many other costs associated with gold, I find it's more functional to buy districts with faith than gold, just because it's easier to have bulk faith on hand. You just have so many things that you can't buy with faith that you can buy with gold, so they're not the same. But Reyna is the same thing. Like, yeah, she unlocks tiles faster, but that's such a weak ability to be taken in the ancient era. Finally, and this is the one that's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but Pingala is a terrible choice for first governor. There is no reason to take 15% of your science and culture when you are earning less than 10 science and culture. That's not even 1 point of science and culture. Like, I get it. I get people want to catch up to the deity AI as fast as possible, but that's not how you do it. You do it by expanding your empire. You do it by growing your cities. You do it by getting more cities. Just getting a minuscule amount more of science and culture isn't going to do anything. And his second promotions are late game promotions too. Like, to get science or culture based off population, when your population is like three or four, is nothing. That's two monuments. That's one good campus. Like, you're going to put two of your earliest governor titles into Pingala. I do not understand it. Like, don't get me wrong, I put my third through fifth promotions all into Pingala. Once you get like sort of set into the game, yeah, he is the best governor, hands down. Pingala is great. He's like the only governor that like you want to get almost every single promotion, except for like the bottom promotion. You just want to pick the one that matches your victory type. But to pick him early, you're not getting anything. Even if you have 100 like science and culture generated in one city, that's only 15 science and culture. His first promotion is so weak. His second promotion is so weak until you actually have the population to support it. Um, so yeah, that's just my opinion on governors. That are, well, first governor choices. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments section. Otherwise, thank you for watching.